So this is assessment 4. This is the role play one with Michelle Smith. Hi Michelle, how are you today?
I'm good, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Have you had a nice week?
Yeah, it's been better.
Good, I'm really glad to hear it. Now, so we're now into our second session together.
Yep.
Last week you decided that you wanted to talk about your feelings with Jake and getting some help. How did that go?
Yeah, I feel relieved that I decided to continue with my studies moving forward.
Okay, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So it's really nice to hear that that's gone really well for you and you're feeling a whole lot better. Takes courage to be vulnerable sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So just going back to your counselling goals. So you had mentioned last week that you wanted to work more on your time management.
Yeah.
Is that still the case this week for you?
Yeah, for when my CPA study resumes next week.
Okay, all right. So is what I was thinking, and tell me if this is okay with you, whether we're able to do a little bit of brainstorming to in working out ways that you'll be able to implement to help you with your time management.
Yeah, sounds
So
good.
what do you think some of those ideas are what you could implement or look at to be able to help facilitate?
I'm not too sure. I think mainly just around trying to have more time outside of, I guess, work hours. When the kids are back home and that sort of stuff. So just trying to find more time there, so I'm not having to stay up late at night and that sort of thing.
So may I offer perhaps a couple of suggestions, ideas, just to get the ball rolling? And just remember, these only have to be short term until you finish your course. So whether you're able to ask a family members to be able to come help cook, maybe help with the children, maybe a house cleaner or an au pair or things like that.
Yeah, definitely be a discussion to be had.
Yeah.
With Jake in regards to that sort of stuff. It would certainly help. I guess just cost-wise is one thing to consider, so we'll just discuss it with him.
Yeah, and just work out what is the most beneficial for you and what works best.
Yeah.
That still allows you to take some pressure off yourself, give you the time to be able to finish your course.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds like a good idea. And then whether you then implement something during the week and get it started or get it organised or something is always a possibility as well. So we've got 10 minutes left for today. So the goal for this week was about your time management. So we've also talked about how or brainstorm some different ways to be able to create that for you. With you agreeing that you would like to go home and talk to Jake about it and both work through that together. So that's also really good. And may I just ask, are you just feeling a lot more positive as a whole?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because as I sit and I watch you and I listen to you, you do look a lot more calmer than what you did last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. All right, so we're about to just finish up today, Michelle, if that's all right with you. So, so we talked about some time management, a little bit of brainstorming, sort of giving some ideas about different things that you could potentially look at to be able to help you with the homework for the week, if you like, is going home and discussing it all with Jake and working out the best alternative to be able to help you even from a short-term perspective, but also just if I may just acknowledge how different you look and you sound this week compared to last week. So, you know, you obviously have got a whole lot off your shoulders there and feeling quite relieved. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about, you'd like to say, Michelle, before we wind up for today?
No, nothing that comes to mind.
All right. Fantastic.
I think that's everything. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Sweet.
All right. So, the reflections for Michelle, what went well. I think a little bit of my flow and what I was sort of saying just seemed, I guess, a little bit easier than previous. What didn't go well. Look, there's always things to improve. What should I have done differently? I think, and also the areas that I need to develop, and then how do I develop them? I think a whole lot of it is just time. It's practice, and it's finding my words, how I want to say things, and also probably getting a little bit quicker from a response point of view. Now, the personal and developmental theory I think would help Michelle would be the Manslow theory, and she needs to meet her basic level of needs to then accomplish the higher levels. So her needs is help, support at home with the kids and so forth, time, stress, and then to bring in the higher needs of achievement, security, her potential, her future career, and also her opportunity. So it's just trying to fill that scale, if you like, from bottom to top, and finding ways to meet, to be able to help her is to find ways to meet her basic needs for her then to fulfill her higher needs, with the end result hopefully being some self-actualization through completing a course, to see her potential and her strengths and her growth, personal growth, what she's been able to achieve for herself, but then also achieve for her family, and how she has been able to overcome some of those challenges that she started facing near the end of doing her CPA. All right. I'll just put it on pause for a moment to then start the role play 2. This is role play 2 with Simon. Hi Simon, welcome. How are you today?
I'm alright, thank you.
That's good. You had a nice week?
Yeah, it was alright.
Okay, good. Now, last week you decided that you'd like to ask Nina out on a date.
Yeah.
Have you been able to do that, and how did it go?
Yes, I did, and she said yes.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah, so I'm really happy about it, but yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because that took a lot of courage to be able to do that for you. Yeah, wonderful. So last week we established, or you had established your goals that you'd like to achieve, which was asking Nina out, but also for this week managing your anxiety in social situations.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you just very briefly just sort of explain how you're feeling in the social situations?
I'm just very anxious and nervous.
Yeah.
And then I'm sort of questioning everything and, you know, what I say, and just feel like I'm not really liked and that sort of thing.
Do you feel uncomfortable in your body? As a whole?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about if we started doing some role plays moving forward to so that you could practice, help build up your confidence, and also some self-empowerment?
Sure.
Does that sound like a good idea for you?
Sure.
All right, that sounds wonderful. So let's work towards that for you. All right. And maybe we could also do a role play about some different things that you would be able to do with Nina to help you make you feel a lot more comfortable and confident when you're on your date with her.
Sure.
What do you think about that?
Yep.
That just might help you a little bit and make you feel a bit more comfortable as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, terrific. All right. So we'll make them our goals for today's session is doing some role play.
Yep.
And we could also look at different. How do you feel about also looking at different topics of conversation that you could start with her?
Yep.
And things like that. And sometimes practice makes perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. All right. So we've just got 5 minutes remaining on our session for today. So if it's okay with you that we start winding our session up.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you would like to say, you'd like to talk about today?
I guess it's just feel very awkward and not cool enough for Nina, so I feel like she's just going to reject me and that no one likes me and no one ever asks me out, so it must mean that I don't have anything to offer.
Do you really think that's the truth?
I don't know, it's just what it seems like.
Sometimes the way that other people perceive doesn't mean that it's the truth.
Yeah.
But we can also work towards those sorts of things as well, with your confidence and your and self-empowerment and things as well, to make you feel a lot more comfortable.
Okay.
All right. And with what I see, I think you're a lovely person. So I'm more than confident there are other people who think you are very nice as well. All right. My pleasure. All right. So today we've talked about your anxiety. We talked about how you went with last week's goal and how that has made you feel. But we've also talked about some of your feelings today around anxiety. But we've also talked about implementing some role plays for some confidence and looking at some conversation topics and things that we've been able to practice on today as well, to be able to hopefully make you feel a lot more comfortable moving forward. All right. And if I can just make a comment too, if you don't mind, Simon. From last week's session to this week's session, you've made massive progress. And that's only in 1 week.
Thank you.
So you should feel very proud of yourself. All right, because it's taken a lot of courage. Okay. Now, do you have any questions for me? Do you understand everything? You feel a lot more comfortable?
Yeah, everything's fine.
All right, terrific. All right. And I've asked you if there's anything that you'd like to say or before we finish up, and you're okay with all of that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, terrific. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay, the reflection for Simon. What worked? Well, I think because I'm redoing a lot of the role plays, I think it might be slightly getting a little bit better. It feels a little bit easier if nothing else. What didn't work, it was actually a bit hard with the flow of Simon and sort of not perhaps wanting to give too much. I've never been one to fully delve, and I think I'm going to have to learn to work out ways to be able to draw more information out of out of the clients to be able to get them talking within their own comfort. So what could I have done differently? I think I could have asked different questions to try and draw him out. But I think that's also will come down to just keep practicing and experience. What areas do I still need to develop? I'm going to say every. And how will I develop these? I think it's just going to be time and practice and just working out my way and my words and I think my own confidence to go along with it in being able to ask more of those sorts of questions and just probably think a little bit quicker. The personality developmental theory to use to help Simon, there's sort of two, but I am sort of more towards the Erikson's theory by looking at each of the stages and where the challenges may sit just from an individual aspect, but also from the social expectations to sort of find out where the issue or the issues kind of lie, or where did they sort of start from. So by looking at that toddler stage, at the 1 to 3, the autonomy, shame and doubt, right through to the young adult, where has it caused that anxiety, that doubt and that lack of confidence, and then going back over all these stages, revisiting them, and then working towards then resolving them. And then I sort of thought about the Balbry's theory and his relationship potentially with his mum, and sort of explore, are there any insecurities or security attachments or any issues that could be sort of resulting from that sort of relationship that may be also affecting him, even if it is on a subconscious level, and affecting him as a young adult. And this also may also relate to his lack of confidence in things with Nina or other girls, and also just socially as well. But I think Erikson might be of more benefit out of the two. And that was it. Terrific. Thank you.